of the Drunken Arcanauts Dycairn campaign. I'm Clancy, and I'll be your DM. This is a 5th edition campaign, tabletop RPG, and live stream and podcast and all sorts of things with a custom setting and rules and made-up nonsense. If you're just tuning in, you definitely want to go back and listen back from the beginning because we're at a weird spot in the story. Although I think we're almost always at a weird spot in the story.
Yeah.
Before I go too far, I do want to give a shout out to our patrons: Scotty O, Jess S, Skate P, Lincoln Mark, Special K, Christian Haydenson, Nathan R, Jared K, Justin C, Cody T, Austin S, and Rob M. We hope you guys are enjoying the podcast, and we hope that you like the direction things seem to be going at the moment. Definitely give us feedback and your thoughts. So if everybody could introduce themselves, their character, I'll do a recap, and then we'll get started.
Hi, I'm Risky. I'm playing Five Gal. I haven't came up with a different name for him yet, but he's a ghost bucket druid man. And yeah, he can walk through walls.
Yeah, he can. Hell yeah. My name is Mark. I play everyone's favorite Wanty Warlock, Simon Salazar. I have a little snake. Steve is nowhere to be found these days, but I do have a snake familiar named Pinky now.
I'm Jay. I play Victor McCoy, and welcome to the Rated R episode of Victor.
So the party, lost in the middle of the desert as they were, jumped at the opportunity to join a not pirate, they're state sponsored, as they'll let you know, privateer team that is sort of terrorizing the country of Eorsha before they head back to their own country of Larynx. This group brought the party on to fill out their numbers before they attack the city of Salt Rain. Salt Rain has some magic wards, and this privateer group would like to get the ship in and pick up all the loot and things. So they have come up with 3 different groups. One group needs to disable the wards so that the ship can get in. One group needs to poison or somehow disrupt the water supply. And one group needs to find any magical items as well as food stores. So butcher shop is what they brought up, but really food stores is what they need. So that when the tower is lit on fire, the captain and the ship can show up, they can load all the stuff on, and then they can get the fuck out of there before any larger heat shows up to deal with them. This town has been hit twice before, it sounds like, if not 3 times. So they may be a little bit more prepared than in the past, but the party has never hit it before and therefore is unassociated. As we come to, the party is trudging through the desert, maybe about a mile away from the entrance to Salt Rain, with the great golden tower just huge into the sky, looming over them. This is a big tower. So how are you guys doing? Are you all going into the city as one big group? Are you splitting it up? What's going on? Because there's the 3 of you, and then there's the 2 brothers, Scarsniffle and Snotwaffle, and the first mate Lift Peg.
I wouldn't think that we would go in with them, right? Because they're probably a little bit more familiar. We're complete strangers as far as the city's concerned. We don't even look like them, so.
Yeah, I would think that the party could go together and deal with the water and find the stuff at the same time. I don't care about those guys that I don't know. I don't know about taking down wards. Hopefully they have it under control and don't need help.
Yeah.
Okay.
So our plan is to go poop in the water.
You can though. You're not a bucket. You could poop in there. Ghost poop probably.
I guess, yeah, you could make all the ghosts sick. Ghost water sick. Or however it works. I don't know how this ghost thing works. I think we're all kind of figuring it out, right?
Yeah, I have no idea how it works. I probably should have talked to the guys that were ghosts.
I feel like we should have done a lot more things with those guys, but it doesn't matter now.
Yeah, we
Everything's
should
in the
have killed
past.
them, but they're already undead, so it's hard to do. I don't have that necromancy stuff yet, but next time I'll work on it.
Well, yeah, next time.
As you guys get closer, you see Lift Peg and Scar Sniffle and Snot Waffle start to veer off to the right. Lift Peg has, before he takes off, it's like, I'm going to be going around the city. There's a little sewer entrance. We'll go up through there because they seem to have a thing about gnolls at this point. They don't trust us much. So we're going to go in through the underground. That's probably the best for us. Did you want to go in with us there, or did you want to go in through the main gates?
I don't think they've ever seen people like us before. We could probably just walk in through the main gate.
I just
Okay.
disguise self as a Triton as best I
Huh?
can, my size.
Okay, yeah.
Can you make do people know about ghosts? We have not ran into a general population yet with a ghost. How is this gonna? I mean, none of the gnolls seem to react at all, but they've seen a lot of shit, I'm guessing. So things probably don't surprise them.
Are you asking the DM if your characters know, or are you asking
Scar
Lift
Sniffle.
Peg?
I'm asking just this group here, not the DM. Yeah.
Okay. So Lift Peg, Scar Sniffle, and Snot Waffle are like, and then finally one of them goes, well, the thing is, and this is Snot Waffle talking. The thing is, so we ran into some cursed gold a while ago, and turned everybody into ghosts and skeletons and all sorts of. So we're not all that unfamiliar with apparitions as a group.
Right.
But generally, wherever we went, people were less than thrilled about ghosts, especially stark naked ones, and they all sort of stare at.
Yeah, he's hanging
dick
some
for a minute.
pretty serious dong right now.
Ed is also super ugly, so that probably doesn't help.
I also feel like, and I don't want to do your job, Clayton, but risky should roll for dong, right?
Yeah, you know what? We may as well.
Risky should roll. D12, right? I would
No, D100.
Ooh, twice
Would
as
make
good
no
as my
difference.
looks. 22.
That's not great. Okay. So we got we'll just go straight into 2.2 inches.
Fully
Dong.
erect.
Really, the good news is it makes the covering it up pretty easy at this point. But that's about it. It as far as advantages go. So they head off, and you guys probably need to come up with some way to either hide or something.
Can you
Him.
make him look different too, Simon? Like,
Not yet. I don't know how to do that yet.
oh, you can only make yourself right now.
Yeah.
Study a little harder, I guess. Okay. Fuck. What's our plan for going in with a naked ghost?
He could just like stand at a distance. And then,
What is that gonna do? Stand at a distance?
yeah,
What do you
standing
mean?
at a distance means that he attracts attention only to him and not all of us. I don't know
What if
how
I
he
just
could.
walk through
okay,
the gate.
I don't have any
So he-
like ghost clothing that I could give him, or like.
So hear me out, right? Okay, hear me out. You just pretend like it's a magical trick you're doing with your hands, like ooh, ghost, ooh,
Naked man.
naked man. I mean, they're still gonna be like annoyed, but maybe less horrified.
I don't. Though I don't
could
think I
just
want to do
sneak
that.
around. No one will
'Cause-
see me.
But everyone would
You
think
know
my
what?
magic is creepy.
Yeah, fuck it. Let's just see what happens. Let's just go with the flow.
The three of you are going to go in together.
I'm just gonna walk right through.
Okay. So are you guys keeping up with Five Gal, as he marches.
Probably walking a little bit behind.
Yeah, Pinky and I are a little ways behind, seeing what happens
Okay.
first.
As Five Gal approaches the gate, two guards step out in front of you and say, "Halt!"
Hi.
And one lowers its spear at Simon and Victor and says, "You two, stay back. We need to interview this individual."
Okay, I'm gonna telepathically tell Five Gal, you could just walk through them, right?
I don't know. Yeah, I want to poke one. Just slowly.
You encounter resistance like you're poking a person.
I'm gonna try to interrupt this and go. You realize that it's super rude to challenge the transparently challenged, right? He's just a normal man, but he's challenged transparently. You think that that's fair? You think you're a big man for doing that?
He's already
The one-
cursed big a Hubert. It's like, that's bad enough, but
Okay, the one guard isn't buying it at all. He's getting that 20.
Oh,
He-
yeah, okay.
He's not. But the other guard is like, and you can see the hesitation, and he's like, hold on. Fenno, he's probably right, man. Like, I've never seen anybody with this sort of condition. It's probably really hard. I mean, look at this guy. On top of all that, I mean, just look at him. I mean, I'm not into pink skins, but this guy is ugly even by their standards.
every
Yeah,
place
but,
I've ever
like even ask him a question. He's mentally probably slow too. Let's face it. He's transparently slow. He's
every
well,
place I've
physically
ever
slow if you look down.
Yeah.
And also, like, why are you guys tying this guy up like this? It's just disrespectful.
every place I've ever been has been illegal to make fun of and discriminate against the differently abled. So
Yeah, same. Everywhere I've been as well, and I've been at least 2 places.
The one guard is like, no. Okay, are the three of you together?
We're
No.
fine together.
it isn't bystanders standing up for people that need help.
Okay, then I need to question each of you one at a time. We'll start with you. And he points his spear at Five Gal. What's your name?
Five Gal.
That is a very odd name. What's your occupation?
I haunting for hire.
The one guy's like, I think I've heard of that. He goes, okay. How'd you get across the desert without dying?
Is that a serious question?
Yes.
Oh, I'm dead.
Pulls out a notebook. He goes, loophole needs fixed. And then finally he goes, and have you seen any sign of the dreaded pirate scourge known as Bone Chewer or his ship, the Buried Bone?
I have not met any pirates.
Okay. Keep your nose clean and, get some clothes on. This is,
Where
Very
can
uncomfortable.
I find clothes that would?
I don't know.
Sure.
I haven't been in your situation. I'm just telling you, figure it out. And he waves you through the gate.
I'm gonna drag my buckets along.
And then he points to Simon and he says, come here.
Okay, what's up?
What's your name?
Oh, my name is Simon.
What's your occupation?
I don't really have a job. I'm in between jobs right now. I'm a warlock, so that's
What's your business in Saltrain?
just visiting on vacation.
How'd you get across the desert without dying?
Well, as you might be able to tell, I'm a snake person. It would be like when it's warm, so it's not a Not a problem for me.
He nods. He goes. He sticks his arm out, and he's covered in fish scales. This is a Triton guard, and he sticks his arm out to shake your hand.
I'll shake it.
And he shakes your hand. And he goes, "Us Scaly's got to stick together, you know."
Yeah, definitely.
He goes, "Go on in," and you know what? He hands you a little slip of paper, and he says, "You get to the Black Abyss bar. You hand them that. You say that Finno sent you. Get you a free drink."
Sweet. Thank you.
Then he looks back and he goes, "Hey, Pink Skin, get over here.
Yeah.
What's your name?
Victor.
What's your full name? You Pink Skins always got extra names."
All right. Jesus, I didn't know you guys were one of these people. You hang up the translucent dude. Now you are whatever. My name is Victor McCoy.
Victor McCoy. He copies it down. Victor McCoy. How do you spell that?
VICTORY.
Victor McCoy. Okay, Victor. What is your favorite kind of crime to commit?
Depends on a Sunday or a Saturday.
Let's say either.
Well, generally, the favorite crime I like to commit is helping small children find their way home when they're lost.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, I buy that. You'd be the first
Are we gonna?
human.
Is this gonna be
ever met.
racist the whole time or just some of the time?
Racist? Racist?
Yeah.
Listen here, Pink Skin. I
Right.
have served
Yes.
for 25 years, and one thing I can tell you is I'm the least racist fish guard you'll ever meet. I have pink skin friends.
Oh, they
And-
hang them
and-
out and
and
parade them
we're-
around
we're
for your
buds.
friends.
And you know what they say? They say them pink skins they're all hopped up on rights and shit. And you know what? I don't buy it. What's your business here?
Well, if you must know, I am an engineer of many things, and I was coming here to learn new technologies because I hear how smart your group of people are.
He's a prostitute. He just swore their oath.
And he goes, "That sounds like pink skin work. You want me to get you a license to go to the red light district just right off the bat? Or would you rather just find your own way there through the gutter?"
I'll just go through the gutter, thank you.
Now, how'd you cross the desert?
This new thing called water.
Show me how much water you have left.
I don't have any water left. That's why I had to come to this damn place.
He looks you over. He says, "You know what? You look pretty thirsty." He pulls out a canteen and hands it to you. He goes, "Go ahead, have a drink. I won't send you into the city dehydrated."
I open the canister and I smell it first.
Smells like water.
I reluctantly take a drink because Victor actually is thirsty.
It's very clearly salt water.
Yeah, I kind of figured something like that.
Do you drink it? Do you spit it out? What do you do?
I just take a small sip and say thanks and give it back to him.
And he sort of nods wryly. He definitely knew. And he grabs a different canteen and takes a drink out of that himself. And then he keeps the other canteen down and he goes, "You ever heard of the pirate captain known as Bone Chewer?"
Bone Chewer, that's a cool name, but no.
He looks at you real close. You know what? Fine. But I'm going to have my boys looking after you. Just make sure you don't get in any trouble.
You can have your boys look at whatever they want, I guess.
Just have to pay him first.
He says, Gupper, let him through. But put out a 24-hour notice on this guy. We don't see him come back out the gate. Let's go make sure he didn't get lost. And he waves you on into the city. As you now are all three in the city, you can look around and you see that it is a little more diverse than the first city that you made it to. Rather than just goblins and hobgoblins, there appear to be goblins and gilblins, which are sort of like aquatic goblins. A lot of Triton running around. And there are here and there humans. There's a few dark elves. You see a Goliath and you see a gnome. But generally, the population is probably like 49% goblin or gilbin and 45% Triton. And then everything else is crammed into the last like 2% of the population. You guys are a big anomaly here. And the three of you coming through at once is more than a little suspicious. Five Gal, you're drawing a lot of attention. Everybody is sort of staring at the spectral figure walking through town who is naked. Especially because you have a bunch of floating buckets and chains hovering around you. You look like some sort of apocalyptic figure. And the looks are anywhere from interested to concerned to terrified. There is no one who's bored or apathetic towards your presence, though.
I'll just smile and wave.
Victor, do you want to try your trick? Like pretend that you're casting him as an illusion?
Well, seeing as the guards are probably following me as we speak, I'm going to do something real quick, and I'm just going to dash into an alleyway real quick.
Okay, you dash in the alleyway.
And then
and the two of you, Simon and Five Gal, you see a Gilblin who was just sort of walking calmly, follow right after. Not running, but very quickly walking, hood close, as it just scurries into the alley fairly quickly. What are you doing there?
I'm going to, if I've got a second, because I want to keep dashing kind of away.
Yeah.
I'm going to use my ring and change my appearance to the big bearded homeless look.
Okay. You swap up your appearance. Do you just stop right there and turn the other way? What are you doing?
No, I'm gonna if I can, I want to do like a full circle dash.
Okay.
Around the corner, back around, and then back to the group, but kind of keep my distance, kind of looking different. You don't act like didn't come in with them.
So, roll me stealth, I guess.
$18.
Yeah. You swing around. You don't know if you're still being tailed, but you see that Gilblin, who you did see before, come out of the alley and dart around, and their eyes linger on you for a minute, sort of staring at your equipment, but quickly brush it off and continue to look, and before long you see them running into a different alley trying to figure out where you went.
Yeah.
Five Gal and Simon are about 50 yards in front of you, and honest to God, you've never felt so invisible in your life. Five Gal is a giant beacon of attention that from this far back, you can hear even the murmurs of the crowd, and you can see children trying to force their way through to go look. And yeah, it's interesting. Simon, of course, is walking right next to him and is getting his own share of like, do you think that's his slave? Did he enslave some sort of ghost creature? No. The ghost creature enslaved the snake man. And they're trying to figure it out.
I'm gonna take a rock and throw it at Simon, the back of Simon's head, to try to get his attention.
How big
Does
of a rock?
It's very small, like a pebble.
A pebble. Okay. When you say rock,
Yeah, sorry, a pebble.
I'm thinking
I
like
need
a
to get-
fist size.
I need to get his attention, but not bring 5 Gal with him.
5Gal, where did Victor go?
Roll a ranged weapon attack.
Well, I don't know.
Oh, I mean, it hits. It's
Okay.
22. It hits.
Yeah. So you tag Simon in the back of the head, and Simon, it's not even 1 damage, but you felt it. It was like getting hit with a airsoft pellet in the back of the head.
Who threw that? I start looking around to see who's
I'm
attacking
gonna-
me.
I'm gonna wave at him and I'm gonna point at him and go and do like a no, and then like come here, but not with him type of thing. You know.
I'm gonna ask the nearest person where the butcher is.
Okay.
Perfect.
There's a little girl who is standing there, and she looks up, and she's like, the butcher,
Yeah, the dude that chops up the dead animals to eat for breakfast.
She's like getting more and more scared by the minute, and she's like, "Are you gonna chop us all up, Mr. Ghost Man?"
I wasn't planning on it.
Oh, okay. There's a butcher shop, like 2 blocks that way. And she points, and she goes, do all human ghosts, crave fresh flesh?
Yeah, I mean, like the old stuff is like nasty.
Then she screams and runs.
Okay, goodbye. Eat all your veggies.
Simon,
Yeah, I
did
went
you
over to
make
the
your way
crate.
back?
Yeah.
Okay.
The homeless
They,
crate.
clearly bringing him anywhere is not gonna really work for this mission. Do we just? I mean, I hate to ditch him, but like you can't bring him to torture people on a house. Like, everyone's gonna come, too. And as much as I'd love to kill whomever, we don't want to attract the guards too much until the group arrives.
Yeah, but
so,
we have to give him a thing to do, like his own task or something. He's not just gonna like stand somewhere. So like, can we make up a thing? Like the captain told us he has a special assignment to do.
well, I do enjoy that concept. What I was thinking was, you go back up with him, and we headed the directions we need to go. But when we get to these shops, you kind of draw the crowd away from the shop, with his, let's face it, ridiculousness that is currently happening. And I'll go inside and torture whoever I need to torture and get the information we need. You know what I mean?
Okay, I guess I don't know what we're gonna do. We're just gonna stand there until the people try to kill
You
us.
let him do like weird tricks for the crowd, get them all pumped up, making a lot of noise so they don't hear the screams coming from inside.
Okay, I guess I go back over to 5Gal.
You see that 5Gal has actually wandered quite a ways.
Oh.
And is headed into a butcher shop that is known as the Surf and Surf Shop.
5Gal, maybe could we let Victor do wherever he went, like handle this?
Where'd he go?
I'm gonna be like,
I think he.
The crowd is quickly coming up, and now there are people trying to poke you, 5Gal, and it just feels like they're poking you. They're not going through you or anything.
Stop that.
Maybe we can
And-
go and find you some ghost clothes.
Ooh.
And one of the guy goes, I know a place with ghost clothes. Barry has a shop.
Old Barry, where is
I mean,
he?
he doesn't make ghost clothes specifically, but he makes all sorts of magical outfits, like this. And he pokes his shirt, and as he's poking it, it's changing from orange to red to yellow back to orange. And he's like, he could probably make all sorts of ghostly outfits.
Ooh, I want to poke his shirt.
When you poke it, all the color drains out of it, and it turns clear. And he's like, oh.
Well, that doesn't seem very useful.
Well, this wasn't made for a ghost. And then the guy sort of walks off sad. You see the color returns to it fairly quickly, but he's not even noticing anymore.
While he's poking that guy and making him sad, I just want to walk within 30 feet of Victor and telepathically tell him we're going to go find some clothes. We're not going to stay here and make a scene.
I just nod.
Okay. As you guys head towards Barry's shop, Victor, you go inside the butcher shop, and a large man with a large Triton with his eyes set very far apart, almost two stalks, answers as you walk through the door and you ring the little bell. And he goes, "Welcome to Surf and Surf. What sort of cut would you like?"
Is there a door to this shop?
Yep, you just walk through it.
Okay. I'm gonna and I'm gonna kind of like fake start looking around. I'm gonna walk back to the door and shut it.
Okay.
And is there anything to like lock it with?
There are
against it?
There's a bin of like all sorts of discarded bones that is sitting there next to the door. You could probably wedge a bone under it.
I'm gonna wedge a bone under it.
Okay. It's a little out of his view. That's what the bell's for, to let him know when somebody walks through.
Yeah.
And you can hear him talking to another customer at the far end of the store. And he's like, well, you see there, Troutley, it's important that you keep in mind when you're swimming that it's all dimensions are available. It's different from fighting on land.
As he's talking, I'm just gonna kind of walk up, pull my pistol out, and just knock the fucking guy out. Not him, but the guy in the shop with him.
Patron.
The patron.
You knock Troutley out cold. He's out on the ground, and the shop owner is stunned for a second, and then lunges for a nearby cleaver.
I pull a gun up. Don't go. I wouldn't grab that quite yet. Everything's gonna be okay.
He looks at you and he goes, What do you want? Why are you here?
Got a couple questions for you real quick. If you answer them, I can tell you that your patron here, and probably even your family are going to be okay.
And he's like, I can answer questions, sure.
Right.
Just do me a favor. Let me get more comfortable. There's a stool back there. I got a bad leg.
I cocked my pistol. No, this is okay.
And he's like, okay, yeah, just let me lean against the counter a little bit. He keeps his hands up and leans, and you can see him trembling a little bit. It seems like standing on one of his legs is hard for him.
Good. Do you have a map of this city?
No. You may have made a mistake. This is a butcher shop.
Oh, no, I've not made any mistakes today. Trust me.
It's like, okay.
Where are the other armories in town?
The armories?
Yeah.
Oh, That's an odd question.
I pull
well,
out my
there's
other
one,
pistol
and he
as he
points
stall.
directly behind
Oh.
him,
Okay.
and he's like, "There's one right there. I mean, we're right through my office.
All right.
If you were to kick the walls down, you could walk right into the guard outpost. They like to be right here next to the butcher shops. I mean,
Oh, okay.
basically each outpost has a butcher shop right next to it.
And do they got any like magical items? They just got swords. What do they got over there?
Not all that much. I mean, the pirate scourge has been here a bunch. They've been stealing all of it. Anything that would have been there, they probably moved into the tower at this point.
Into the tower. Okay.
Yeah, up on the top of the tower, they've got the what they're calling the vault. So all the citizens and all the guards, and we've all pretty much put our valuables and anything that we need to keep in the vault where it's much better protected than it was before. Just in case those pirates come back, and then he spits. He goes, "Some other scum."
What are the scum?
He looks at you with both eyes and he's like, "The various pawn scum that comes around from time to time."
I pull out my other pistol and I cock it and I point it down at the patron. No, tell me, what other scum?
And he goes, "Oh, the goblins. They're just awful little creatures sometimes."
Yeah, the goblins. All right. And you said you got a bad leg?
He's like, "Yeah, that's from the war."
Can I? I was actually a doctor in the war. Can I look at it?
He goes, "I guess." And he sort of turns sideways, pulls his little butcher's apron out of the way, and hikes up his fish kilt.
I put one of my pistols away and I pull out my knife and I stab him in the other leg, right in the knee.
Jesus Christ. And he drops. He's like, "Ah!
You should learn not to be racist against groups you don't know much about.
He's just rolling on the ground, holding his leg.
And, thank you for your information. And if you go next door and tell these guards or whoever is there, I will come to your house and I will murder your family and I will burn it down while you are tied to a post watching."
He's just continuing to go, "Ah! Ah!"
All right, I'm glad we had this conversation and I walk out.
Okay. Meanwhile, 5 Gal and Simon, you guys get to Barry's shop. And he answers as you walk in. There's a lot of there's some leather armor and there's some like cloth armor, a lot of finely tailored suits and things, and then there's some sections for enchanted just sort of casual wear, more or less. It doesn't appear to be armor so much, but it is you see the color changing shirts. You see shirts that magically can change size if you stay within about a 30-pound range of where it started at. There's some other stuff like that. And as you're walking, a very stretched out Triton with large fins and a lot of teeth overlapping his jaw sort of glides in the room. And he looks and he goes, "I'm Mr. Kuda. How can I help you?"
So I could tell the 5 Gal. We have he's got a situation going on.
I need some pants.
And he looks and goes, "It very much looks like it."
I mean, barely, right? But he could use some clothes because he's drawing a lot of attention. That might be part of it. It might be because he's so ugly. So we'll see if the clothes help. But do you have anything that a ghost man could wear?
Well, nothing that'll make him look more fabulous than he looks right now.
Yeah, he rejected a blessing he had previously, so I mean, he's not making great decisions on. There's not
It
anything
was
to
a
do on the ugly, but
curse.
Oh, you weren't human before you were cursed to be human? That's cruel.
It was a bucket.
You were a bucket?
Yes.
You're a bucket that's been cursed to become human?
Yeah.
He goes, well, you must really stand out amongst their population. They're not very bright.
yeah,
Well,
that's a real problem. But we can only do so much with humans. Am I right? So do you think that there's anything that we could do for him, maybe to help him stand
He
out
goes,
less?
well, how much money do you have?
What is the currency in this land? We just got here.
Yeah, do you take like garbage money or
He goes, what? Garbage money? What are you people crazy? We count fish heads, just like any sane population.
God damn it.
Oh, fish
Is
heads.
that like
is the-
actual fish heads or
Yes, actual fish heads.
God
Do you
damn
not?
it.
Do you not even have any fish heads?
No, we were at a place before that did a weird other kind of currency. Is there like a currency exchange in this area, or
It's like, yes. At the main building, there's down in town square, there's a shop that they'll accept alternate forms of currency and trade it out. I hear the exchange rate's pretty reasonable, but you tell them Barry sent you. And you know what? I'm pretty excited about the opportunity to make clothes for some sort of cursed bucket man. It seems like a good time.
oh, it's like bespoke? So that'll look nice at least, Five Gal. Can we like how many fish heads would you say that would probably cost, just so we have an idea of how much we'll need to exchange?
It's like, well, I really do want to do this, so I'll do it to you almost pro bono. Let's say 10 fish heads.
Okay,
Oh.
10 fish heads sounds good. Do you know if there's a place that has like special Triton armor or anything around here? I see like leather armor in your shop, but like magical stuff. But just in case we were looking.
Like I don't really do like I've dabbled in enchanting pre-made armor, but I don't really make armor. All the armor is going to be up in the vault because these shitty pirates keep showing up and they keep taking all the goods. Luckily for some of us, they have no taste, and so they have left my goods alone.
Oh, that's good. Okay. We could, yeah, we'll go get the currency that you'll accept. Do you want to start on that right now, and we'll be right back, or you need the money up front first?
He goes, really, the thrill of the work is worth the effort. I'll get started now. Let me get some measurements. And he pulls out a tape measure and begins to start measuring you, Five Gal. Are you holding still?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, except for my buckets.
He's measuring, checking. Uh-huh. Your inseam. Wow, we can go real high here. That's good. Let's check that. Yeah. Man, you got shoulders like a trout, don't you? Let's see here. And let's do this. A little bit there. Around the neck. Real tiny little neck for such a big head. You're just all sorts of misshapen. Check here. And okay, yeah, I got the measurements. I'll have let's see here. What's a good color scheme for you? Maybe a dirty blue or a dusky green. Yeah, dusky green, a dirty blue, maybe some black highlights. Oh yeah, you'll be looking. You think you draw attention now. By the time I'm done with you, nobody will be able to look at you without being like, "There's that guy. He went to Barracuda."
We could get him like a sack for his head, so it draws most of the attention to his outfit.
That is a great idea. I'll build a mask.
That sounds great. Okay, we'll be back. We'll be right back.
And we'll cut back to Victor. So you leave the butcher shop.
Yeah. So the first thing Victor needs to do, or I need to do, is I'm just going to assume that as soon as that guy is capable of getting up and moving again, he's going to instantly rat me out, obviously. So I need to change appearance again.
Okay.
So I'm going to find a random person. It doesn't really matter what they look like. I'm going to... Is there any good alleyways? Anyone good to snatch up?
Roll me a D100.
Okay. 65.
65. You find a goblin man. He's not very tall, but he does have a very unique handlebar mustache and a we're gonna call it a dohawk because I don't know what else to call it. It's basically two mohawks running
Okay.
along his head.
Yeah.
His nails are a vibrant yellow, and he has sort of a war paint. Almost, it seems like his upper lip is bright yellow, and it seems to be a full circle all the way down to his chin, where his lower lip is bright purple and is a full circle around his nose. And it's a very unique look.
Okay, I'm gonna shove him into an alleyway. I'll keep my guns holstered. I'll take my knife out and put it to his throat. And but just calm the fuck down for a second. You're gonna be okay. I promise. I promise. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I'm gonna shove my other hand into his mouth a little bit. Just shut the fuck up. And I'm gonna just put this ring on your finger, and you're gonna say a couple words, and then I'm gonna walk away. All right?
He goes,
I take my hand out. I take my.
It's like,
Yes.
I don't want you to eat my soul.
I'm not gonna eat your soul. So here's what we're gonna do. Okay? No, it's okay.
That's what consent rings.
It's okay.
Consent is for. It's so you can devour my. That's why marriage isn't.
and he starts.
This is not a metaphor. I swear. I just really like your hair, and I want to copy it. And this ring copies hair, and that's what I'm trying to do.
He roll persuasion.
15.
He begins to calm down. He starts to breathe a little slower, and he goes,
Well, I mean, it is pretty good luck. Huh?
It's very good. I like it a lot.
Nobody ever
Yeah.
does their hair like this. And
I wonder why. It's confusing, isn't it? Yeah, it's weird that no one does it like that.
it's like,
it's a package deal. You don't just want to copy the hair. I promise you. You want the whole thing. Let me help. I can get your lip. I've got.
and he pulls out some lipstick, and he's like,
This, I can do your bottom lip, and
he pulls out another tube. He's like,
I can do your top lip. You know, I can.
Why don't we start with the ring, and we'll get to the lipstick in a minute.
I mean, okay, but it's your loss, man.
and he
Yeah.
puts the ring on, and he goes,
You look the same. It's not working. Let me fix your face.
Hold on. No, you gotta say a phrase first.
Oh, yeah, okay. A phrase.
No. He was frustrating as the people in the other country I was in. You gotta say, so here's the truth, Clancy. My girlfriend threw away my notes on accident. And so can I roll like a D20 for remembering?
You sure
Thank
can.
you. Thank you. I know it's Lily Petal or something like that, but close. Yeah. Please don't fuck me. History. 15.
You remember that you say Lilyhammer.
Lilyhammer. Right. Lilyhammer. Fuck. I remember the Lilyhammer part. Well, that's all I know. I'm going to tell him to say Lilyhammer.
He goes, "Ah, Lilyhammer!" And he's like, and you notice he has that big shaggy beard. His hair's all, he gained your style is what happened, right?
Yeah, Lilyhammer gains my style. All right.
And he's like,
What the fuck? What did you do? You ruined my look.
I'm going to act like it was a big practical joke, and I'm going to take the ring back and punch him in the face.
You asshole! You absolute dillhole! You jerk!
I'm gonna run away.
and he's just on the ground, and he's pulling on his now bushy, matted, gross hair, and he's screaming at the sky, and he's like, "No!" It's a big moment for him. He's lost everything that he cared about.
All right, I'm gonna have to search for someone else now, because now that I remembered Lilyhammer, I remember how to do it after watching it fuck up. So this room is nothing but fucking chaos.
Okay. Roll me another
Bullshit.
T100.
Ooh, this one's better. 81.
81. Okay. You find a dark elf woman who is sort of walking along. She has extremely long, like down to her hips length, sort of black purple hair. Her eyes are a deep violet, and her fingernails are a purple as well. Otherwise, she has no facial hair whatsoever.
That's not all that far from the look I had before. But I did not assault someone in that look, so that's pretty good. I'll grab her. Fuck it.
Okay. You pull her in, and she's like, I am a guest here, and I have heard many bad things about humans in this region, but I'll have you know, I stand up for you people. So
no. Here's the thing, actually. I've got this ring, and apparently it changes like your hairstyle and stuff. And some guy tricked me, and now I figured out how it worked, and he made me look like this. And I just really like your fit, your style. So if you just put this ring on and save your style to this ring,
like, I will not consent to marry you, and you cannot trick me.
No.
I know how this works.
No, watch. I'll show you. Okay, I'll show you. You see that? And I point to that gnome, the goblin guy. I'm like, you see this? I did that to him just for funnies because he was being an asshole to me. But I actually do like your look.
He's just losing it down the corner.
So are you good with this? Or I promise I don't want to marry you.
She goes, prove it. Put the ring on. Do a thing with it. Prove that it does that.
It's already, well, the problem is it's saved as this.
You're not going to trick me into looking like that.
Listen, I was trying to be fucking nice. I just grabbed her hand and I forced the ring on, and I put a gun to her head, and I tell her to say Hammer Lily.
Because why would I say Hammer Lily? And then, boom, it logs her appearance, but she's like, why would I say that? Why would I say it? It didn't change anything on her.
Right. I take the ring from her, and I walk away, and I put the fucking ring on, and I say Lilyhammer.
You get long purple black hair, purple nails, and your eyes become a very vibrant violet. And she's just staring, and she goes, I don't know what you're after or what you want, but you are a jerk. And then she goes over to the goblin, who is just like losing it, and she's like, it's okay.
I'm just going to go up and punch him again, because I can't punch her because that's a hate crime. I'm going to punch him again.
You punch the goblin and run off. And she's just like, I just didn't think that humans were this mean.
You were wrong.
And that is about, that's where we'll end episode 28 of the Drunken Argonauts Dycairn campaign. A normal city episode with normal city hijinks, at least for this group. Thank you for listening, and we hope you join us next time. Goodbye.